Hey guys, and welcome back to the General Admission Podcast. It's been a while since last year. The new and improved General Admission Podcast. We're in person now. We've migrated from Zoom to Seb's room. So yeah,
the makeshift studio.
Yeah,
Moving
makeshift
up in the
studio. We're moving up in the world. Hopefully soon, we'll have more microphones, more cameras. But this will do for now. So we'll start off with a weekly wrap up. So Thursday night's game was Storm Roosters. Storm 28-8 with the win. I think with that game, as it was a good contest until the Victor Radley sin bin in the first half. Sorry,
Bruce
and then
spun out after that.
Yeah, after that, and he even apologized. He's like, "Yeah, sorry, boys, I let you down." Said something like that.
Yeah.
And then
he said it cost us the game.
Yeah, it cost us the game. Yeah, because after that it was like 6 or 8-6 or something, and then they just leaked in points and Storm ran away with in the second half.
Well, I think it's just a statement from Storm. They're back to being heavyweight favourites. Not favourites, but heavyweights in the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they called them out last week. Christian Walsh did. Didn't he call out Wahara Hargraves?
No, Brandon Smith he called out. That's just a bit of banter, but
Brandon Smith's joke was to players in other teams. He'd send them a photo of Nelson Asufa, however you say it. Solomona. He'd send them a picture to be scared, and so they sent a photo of Warrior Hargraves back to Melbourne. But anyway,
I think
that was the joke.
They did get flogged.
Yeah, but it was a great game, especially from Munster and Grant. God, they've been on fire this season. That duo, they've been on fire. Especially Munster, just his game management, and when you've got Grant, such an unpredictable, close to the line, such an unpredictable, creative hooker. It's literally like a Cameron Smith regen, just like a faster
rock control.
The rock control,
is incredible.
So we'll move on. Friday's game. We'll let Arch take this. The first Friday game.
Whoa.
50-16. Rabbitohs thumped the Bulldogs.
Statement game. Once we got past our heavy run of fixtures, you've seen what we can do. And I was having bad opinions on Latrell Mitchell, but it's always that first big game that he has, and when he gets the ball rolling, and he's got it rolling earlier. 3 tries, 2 try assists, dominated the Bulldogs. They played grubby the whole game as well. They were very grubby with the hip drops.
Wait. Were there any hit drops?
There were. There was 2. There's 2 fair ones.
I don't want to be swayed by my super coach Jacob Preston, but I would say no.
They're definitely.
There was no hit drops.
Oh no, there was a Preston one.
Preston got sin bin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think the majority of the league. Come on, you won.
It's a hit. I think it's a hit drop still.
I think it was a very important game considering our run, and our run forward is pretty hard. I think in the next 3 weeks we have Broncos and Penrith. A very important game, bit of a breather. I mean, it was a weak Bulldogs side. I mean, Addo-Carr got injured. They have I think they have Kickow out as well, but a bit of breath of fresh air for Bunnies fans. But Cody Walker also played a brilliant game in my opinion as well. So Latrell and Cody.
It's
Walker.
definitely like a confidence boost. If they won 20-14 or whatever, to score 50 points, to put on tries, to play good footy, to be able to spread the ball and be successful in getting over the line. Campbell Graham hat-trick of assists. Cody Walker hat-trick of assists as well.
Yeah,
I think I think Campbell Graham scored a hat-trick.
Yeah,
hat-trick of tries.
Definitely didn't get 3 assists.
Yeah. But they were just playing brilliant footy. I think the Bulldogs, they're really going to miss Addo-Carr. Cinder's most injury, out for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I hadn't heard that yet.
He had to be carried off the field
I saw that.
Like cradled like a little baby.
I thought it was season. I thought it was season.
Nah, it's in
because it looked pretty bad.
Yeah, first I thought it was ACL. Because I didn't know what he was clutching at. You know what I mean?
Ankle
It was his ankle. Yeah.
It looked pretty bad though.
No, Bulldogs depleted there, so I wouldn't read too much into that one.
We'll move on to the second game of Friday. The Dolphins Cowboys.
Yeah.
Now, I reckon this could be a new little rivalry in the NRL.
It was a good game.
32-22, the Dolphins took the win away at Townsville. Hammer got one over his former club.
I was going to say if something was going to fuel a rivalry, that definitely would be something. Hammer completely trouncing his old club.
He scored 2 tries.
Yep.
And especially the second one was like the last try in the last few minutes just to seal. Because Cowboys, they came back towards the end. It was mainly a Dolphins game at the start of the game.
It's classified as a comeback, but
over
the 80 minutes, I didn't really ever see.
You think that Cowboys were going to win that game?
No.
Well, I actually disagree because near the end of the game, I thought the Cowboys were definitely going to score. The momentum was all with them. They were putting everything in the Dolphins, but they just couldn't get over the line. And they dropped the ball a couple of times, which was unfortunate. I think in the final 10 minutes, Cowboys played their best footy and put the most pressure on the team.
Probably.
But, however, they didn't get over the line.
You don't win games in 10 minutes though. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I never thought it was in doubt. But,
I think
it was a good game.
Jermaine Osako, he's really rediscovered himself because he scored a hat trick. He started off very well at the Broncos and then kind of just kind of regressed a bit. But I think now, and you can see with a lot of these players like Hammer, so Jeremy Marshall King as well.
He looks phenomenal.
He was good with the Bulldogs, but he was in like a struggling team. Now the Dolphins, they're winning games. You know, it's a new culture, new environment. Everyone's there's so much like enthusiasm.
I just feel like a lot of players are seeing it as an opportunity.
Yeah, it's like a new opportunity to start, new club, make history.
There's no clear hierarchy where all these players are kind of on the same playing field.
Yeah.
They're all nothing was expected of them, so there's no pressure. They're just going out there, having a crack, having fun. Yeah. They're a very fun club.
So now we've seen a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde in my opinion, with the Dolphins. You've seen they've won 4 and lost 2. The 4 they've won, they just look like they could be the best in the comp. And I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm saying they've won. They beat the Broncos by like 6 or something, but they've just looked like a real strong team in the 4 games they won. The 2 they lost, they got pumped by the Dragons, and what was their other loss?
It's Broncos.
They lost to the Broncos. Sorry, they lost to the Broncos,
and that wasn't even like.
Yeah. No, I lost by a try or 2.
A try, It was just like...
Oh, they were within 2 points and then that final try,
at the end, So, I just think the Dolphins, are they the real deal?
No.
Honestly, I think Wayne could get them a finals win. I think they could win a finals game.
Like a quarterfinal.
A finals game.
A finals game.
They make it to the finals, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Wayne's.
I think they can. I think they can sneak into 7th or 8th. The thing is, they just don't have the roster long term.
No.
They've just got a good
burnout.
I'll say this, and we don't need to get into this now, but if you look at the ladder, there's only 8 spots.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the ladder right now is not a representation.
No, I know.
Because last year,
sorting itself out.
year you could say definitely like this time last year you could see what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Now we've got Warriors, Knights, Titans in the top 8.
I know.
What's going on?
But there's also Bunnies, Para,
all in the bottom 8. Cowboys.
We're like Sharks.
Yeah. We're all in the bottom 8. So I don't think the ladder right now isn't. It's all over the place. So I don't think.
There's only one clear bad team, which is the Tigers. Even teams like the Dragons or the Raiders,
they look good in patches.
They look good in patches. They're showing some signs where like they're not going to push for the 8, but they're nudging 9 and 10. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like normally the top 6 kind of just grab all the wins, and 7 and 8 are up there. But I feel like no one's really standing out.
Yeah.
Specifically in that middle, maybe 10.
Yeah.
So it's got a long way to go. But I'm not putting my tip in for the Dolphins.
Well, we'll see. We're only in round 6 now, heading to round 7. But we'll move on to the first game of Saturday. Not much to say about this game. Penrith just gave Manly a thumping, 44-12. As soon as Ruben Garrick went off injured, their left edge just crumbled.
HIA, so
HIA was it?
He'll miss next week as well.
11-day stand
Very
down.
important to
So as soon as he went off injured...
No, that's the week after.
Yeah.
Garrick should be back for the Tigers game.
Yeah. But with Garrick, as soon as he went off, Dylan Edwards' first half hat trick, it was the same try. That Manly's left edge defence, they just collapse, just the same tries, just leaking points. Penrith are just having fun.
Yep.
And obviously, like, Cleary, Luai, when they're cooking, we've seen that they're Penrith, they haven't looked as strong, I don't think, as the past 2 years, but they're still definitely,
such a strong side.
they're still the reigning premiers for a reason.
It's even those little things that Cleary didn't miss a goal.
Like, it's just like when those 2 points add up, you know what I mean?
He's
like, when do Penrith lose on kicks? Like, when do they lose by
That's
2,
what I mean. They're one of those sides that don't leave anything up to chance. If they get beaten, they get beaten.
It's just those little things,
but
minor details they get right,
So, they're just looking better and better.
They've definitely got some chinks in their armour, though. I think this year they're not, like, invincible compared to the past 2 years, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
They've already lost, like, more games this season than last year.
Yeah.
They only lost 3 last year.
Yeah. And
2 the year before.
And they've lost 2 so far this year, right?
Yeah. Oh, have they only lost 2?
Or 1, is it?
I thought
it's
that was
2.
3.
It's 2.
Oh, it's only 2.
3.
Oh, because they had the bye, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who else did they lose? They lost to Brisbane and who?
Eels and Broncos.
Eels and Broncos.
Yeah. Okay, so still.
But
the fact
still,
that 2 years earlier they lost 2 all season.
But you could still see, like, Manly, who aren't, Manly have been a bit Jekyll and Hyde this season. They've played really good. I'm loving that. I'm really milking that phrase.
Jekyll and Where'd you hear that?
Where'd I hear that? It's Jekyll and Hyde. It's
I know, but I've never heard you say it before.
I don't know. It just came to my head, and now I'm just gonna milk the life out of it. But yeah, they've when they're on, when Turbo is enjoying his footy and attack, they can play some good attack.
They can score a lot of points, but they can concede a lot.
Yeah, they can concede a lot of points, and I think this is just like a Manly. They just had nothing to do.
We should have seen this was coming, given the Knights game. Realistically, the fact that 32 leaked from a side like the Knights.
That was a great game, but
we should have known.
They should have won that game.
There was more coming from Penn.
Knights are missing a few. With missing players as well. They're missing a fair few players. I think the problem is, I don't think they match up well against any big teams. That's the problem, in my opinion. Last year, Turbo was out. The year before, remember, Turbo had that great season, but most of the time I'm seeing him put up these numbers against worse mid-table teams. When
they still made the prelims, though.
Yeah, and what happened? They got flogged. Everyone thought
You made the prelims for like 6 straight years.
Yeah, but
and you were content with that.
We beat them, and they looked embarrassing. I just don't think they match up well against top teams, because top teams are going to have some sort of a lot better defense than they do.
You do make some point. Like, I think Manly, apart from Turbo, they've just kind of got like a good squad of players who work together. But we've seen that when Turbo gets injured, they don't have that X factor in attack.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's playing with back spasms as well, apparently.
Yeah.
He played under injection last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I saw something like he might be in jeopardy for
No,
that.
he said he'll play.
Yeah.
He said he'll play.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, we'll move on to the second game of Saturday.
Yep.
The Raiders beat the Broncos 20-14, handing the top of the table leaders their first loss. And for me, this was the performance of the round. Into the Raiders, this was a courageous performance. This is a great game. Joe, you're the Raiders fan.
It's the first week in a while that we've actually played with some heart.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one. Croker returning. It helps when your centre isn't missing 2-3 tackles a game.
Which center are you referring to?
Smith Shields.
Harley Smith Shields, right?
Like I like him in attack, but as a defensive play, gets caught out a lot. So I'm glad Croker's back. He'll get the 300 games this year, hopefully, and finally some exciting things to look forward to for the Raiders fans.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Do you think this is a turnaround for the season? Because you guys are still
no.
You guys are no. But you beat the Broncos. I think
the Broncos will be a middle of the top 8 team. So.
Because I felt this is more Raiders good than Broncos bad.
I agree.
If you're gonna like why the result was the way it was, I think it was more Raiders were the better team, not Broncos the worst team. If that kind of makes sense. No.
I agree.
But you don't think?
I don't think the Broncos are as good as what they're currently on the ladder.
But you also don't think this Raiders performance is going to be a clear representation of how they'll continue to perform?
No, it's not. It won't stay consistent.
Okay.
So. Can't do much about it.
Yeah.
Long season.
Broncos are still coming first, so I guess
like
it's a blip for them. From what we've seen. So yeah, as a Broncos fan, you can't be too upset with how their season's gone. You know, it's a bit of a obvious thing to say. They're top of the table, but
they've had an easy draw, to be fair.
Yeah.
They
beat Penrith.
They will
Yeah,
definitely not end the season in the top 4.
I reckon they're about 4 to 6.
They're playing such great footy though.
I see a drop off.
I think
this happened last year as well.
Yeah.
Let's take
They're
Prince
too
Bear
young.
and they ended up missing the 8 last year. I don't think they'll
too
miss
young.
the 8, but
too young.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I think the experience with Reynolds will take.
Okay, that's
one player.
Ezra Mann,
and he was there
Reece
last
Walsh,
year.
Selwyn Cobbo, Katoni Staggs,
that was
Farnworth.
a universal
Farnworth.
bottle.
Carrigan's a young, but he plays.
He's 25, 26, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but he
He's-
plays like a 35-year-old
yeah,
man. He's such an you gotta. And I love when they mic players up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he's
can just
great
hear-
to listen to.
He's great to listen to. It's his leadership and control on the field. So, yeah.
Silence your phones, boys. Come on.
So yeah. Look, the Broncos. They're still, for me, they've been the best team this year. They're coming first for a reason.
Yep.
We'll see next week. I'm not sure who they're playing next week. We'll check in a second. But do you always know? We'll check
I
in a
had it
second.
because of the Reece Walsh and myself.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if this is a blip. I'm sure they can turn it around. But we'll move on to the
Gold Coast.
the next game of Gold
Well
Coast. They're
done.
playing Gold Coast next week.
Our
Okay.
resident.
Speaking of Gold Coast, that'll be another Queensland derby. But
Yeah,
speaking of Gold Coast, the first game of Sunday was Gold Coast beating Dragons in the 20-18. It was a round 2 rematch where the Dragons beat them by a few tries, but this time the Titans got one over them.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a tennis match. It was back and forth. Dragons took the lead, then Titans, and they interchanged who was ahead like 3 times each. But eventually, the Dragons, they scored and they missed a kick, and then Titans scored but got the kick. So it was a dead even game, but again, both neck and neck on the ladder at the time. So both teams needed this win, and
Completely irrelevant. How wonky is the draw that in any situation you
Yeah.
can play the team twice
yeah,
in
exactly.
7
Yeah,
weeks?
they played.
Yeah.
They played.
have to play Penrith.
Like it's not
5 weeks. Really.
Yeah.
it's not uncommon
Yeah.
because it's happened previously as well. But it's just I just think it's so strange they don't spread out the matchups.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's because they have all of these games where the same teams have to verse each other at certain points in the game, and they're dud teams where they're probably wanting
The viewership.
powerhouse viewership.
Yeah.
But
So I had Titans and Dragons both in my bottom 4. Walking
Yeah,
into this
that's
season.
me
That's
too.
fair,
I had
that's
Dragon Spoon.
So I had Dragon Spoon as well.
Now after these 6 games where Dragons are in
Dragons
the
are
upper half,
For
that
me, I have
You
no
still have
faith in the
Dragons?
Dragons. They'll beat the Tigers.
Gold Coast have surprised me this year.
Yeah,
They have surprised me. They're in the top 8. They're 7
middle
or
to
6 or
middle of the bottom 8,
something. Yeah,
bottom 9.
bottom.
Yeah, I reckon they're about the 11th to 9th region.
Yeah.
Mm,
about
if North Queensland, you got to think the Cowboys are going to come around at some point, rise up a bit. I think Canberra are probably better than them. Sharks will be above them eventually, the Titans, and no, I'd say I'm going to say 13th to 12th for the Titans.
I like that.
Do you feel that Anthony Griffin's done well considering the cards he's been dealt? He's been, before the season, literally a few weeks in, the Dragons management has come out and said, we don't see you here long term. Imagine, and the criticism's been heaping into it pre-season and in the early weeks of the season. How do you think Anthony Griffin's been doing?
It's shit to hear that, but quite frankly, I don't think you can say anyone's doing well when they're they're not even underperforming.
But
they just
with
don't
the Dragons roster, is it like, okay, I know.
I'm a very
roster,
adamant non-coach basher. I don't like it. I don't like blaming the coach. I mean, he's just going to do with what he can. But obviously, the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
So all he can really do is save some face. But I think it's whatever he has done or will do, it's a redundant conversation because
doesn't have the squad.
Too little, too late. Yeah, doesn't have a squad. What can he do?
Well, he can
inspire,
coach,
but that's where you get wins like this.
Yeah,
inspiration,
and that's
isn't
where
going to beat
exactly.
Penrith then.
Yeah. Because look, they were 2 points away. They lost by 2. They get that kick. I think they missed 2 kicks maybe. So they get that kick. They win a game that could have gone either way, and you see them in the top 8, and then that completely changes it. But I think Anthony Griffin, it's he's not a game changer. He's not a world changer, but I think.
Well, he's the one who started the entire Penrith run. Well, not started.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like the season that he left.
That's
he
right.
He got to 6th.
That's right.
6th place, and that's when they started.
So
really
you can't. I think the Dragons management has been way too harsh on him, but
that's what they do because if it's not the coach, then it's them.
Yeah, exactly. It's
the same thing with Tigers management. They're always shifting new coaches because if we decide no, we actually have faith in this coach. Where do you look?
Well, we'll get to the Tigers in a second.
Yeah.
We'll just finish up with the last game of Sunday. The Knights, they beat the Warriors 34-24. This surprised me, considering the Warriors walking into this, they were 5th. If they won, they'd be 2nd. But and they played some really good footy, especially off that great win against the Sharks the week before. But I think we just saw the Knights, that left edge, just absolutely ripped the Warriors apart. Marzu and
Gagai's with them, I think.
Marzu and not Gagai.
Best.
Bradman Best and Marzu. Best with a hat-trick of assists. Marzu, I think, scored 2.
Scored 2, yeah.
Yeah. So a great performance from the Knights. I had them in the bottom 4, bottom 5, but they've another team that these opening few weeks, when topsy-turvy season this season, when you've got the Rabbitohs and the Sharks and the Cowboys all in the bottom 8, the Knights are one of the teams that have surprised compared to how they've been last year. They've surprised a lot of people, and I really didn't see them winning this game, but
I don't think many people did, to be fair.
No.
Well, it's very impressive what they've done considering their injury record throughout the season.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's given the opportunity for other players to shine, and some of those players have stepped up and put in good performances, and I think that's got them a few good results, like the one last week against Manly. That's a good result. I take a tie against Manly, considering your numbers.
Considering I also thought Manly, it was more Manly should have won that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it was
100%.
Manly's to lose,
And this week, the Warriors, they've been pretty damn good this season, in my opinion.
Apart from that loss to the Roosters.
Yeah.
That was their only loss. I think they were on 2 losses now. I think that was their second loss. Yeah, the Roosters game was the only game they'd lost. They'd won every other game this season.
Yeah.
And for the Knights to beat the Warriors, I thought it was very good for them and the players. So,
how do you think Lachlan Miller's done in the absence of Caleb Muller?
Incredible.
Anyways, when you consider the fact that they played 12 games of NRL.
Yeah,
So
they'll need to find a role.
He was in 7th rugby before.
Oh.
With Ponga's return, because that's in 2 weeks. Didn't they say week 9?
Yeah.
For Ponga?
Maybe even week 8.
Yeah.
So
week 8, week 9,
that's big for the Knights, but
do you see Miller in the 17 with Ponga back at 1?
100%.
No, what? Ponga back at 1? No.
Oh, you don't.
In
you
the
think
17,
he gets kicked?
Do you think he like a number 14 role?
Oh,
yeah, surely.
Who have they got?
Ponga's not going back to fullback. Miller's playing. Miller is the fullback moving forward.
Oh yeah,
they've signed him for
Ponga
3 years.
Ponga at 6.
Yeah, Ponga.
So who they signed Miller from?
Sharks.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
What? Why? Yeah. Why'd you say no?
No, because I thought he was gonna say Ponga back to
whatever.
1.
You see Miller.
No, you just exclaimed Miller will not be in the 17. I was like,
yeah,
what?
no. I said with Ponga back in the
gotcha.
you see Miller still in the 17s.
Yeah.
You see Miller staying at 1, and they've got
Yeah,
Ponga
I mean,
at
they
6.
can't give up
Who's
on
at 6 right now?
Hastings.
No, Hastings.
Oh,
at
Hastings
7.
halfback. Sorry.
It was Gamble and
Gamble,
they switched
yeah.
to
Gamble.
Crossland.
Okay.
Crossland.
Gamble didn't play this week.
Because they've got I think current man as a utility off the bench.
Yeah.
So
Crossland has.
who gets the axe? Man, Crossland.
Crossland.
Crossland will move to hooker now that Brayley's done his ACL.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Crossland has been
That's right,
a utility. He's been a 14. So yeah, he'll just shift Hooker, Gamble, Hastings, Ponga.
Yeah. That's awful news for Bradley, though. It's his second ACL on the same knee as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, not...
Hastings, Ponga,
Ponga.
Miller.
Yeah.
Gamble drops out.
Gamble drops.
Is that a good spine, do you think?
I think it's a solid spine. I don't think it's winning you any. I don't think it's.
I've always
winning you
rated
games.
Hastings.
Yeah.
He's a good manager, but
Good development.
He's playing well.
yeah. But we'll move on to the final game of the round, the Easter Monday game. So the Eagles beat the Tigers 28-22. Seven and I both Tigers fans, so we could be here for a long time. But you know what? Like,
keep this short and sweet.
We'll keep this short and sweet.
Mitchell Moses, he's so good.
He's got that ball on a string. He's got the ball on a string. It was the same try 3 or 4 times, was it?
Yeah, I mean...
The same try 3 times. That
a kick
grubber,
to the right, yeah.
The grubber, yeah. He got 2 try assists, yeah.
Yeah.
They said 3, but Fox League, but it wasn't 3, it was 2. They're trying to
I think he's got 4 in the end.
I think it was 3.
I think the official report is 4.
It was 3 try assists. Fox League said 4, but he kicked it. Dylan Brown picked it up and gave it to Gutherson, so it was actually 3. Fox League, so it wasn't 2. It wasn't 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to make that clear because they kept saying it. They kept emphasizing, he's got a hat trick assist.
No.
And it was really annoying me because it was not a hat trick assist.
Bro.
I was really annoying me.
Kronk tried to give him an extra try assist for his role in our first try as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what you might have been hearing.
Oh, maybe that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kronk thought it was his fault that we scored.
But yeah,
first
the Tigers, man, it's not like, look, they're bottom of the ladder, 1-0 from 6, but it's not like we've been getting pumped in that. We got pumped against the Broncos, but for the other 5 games, we were kind of in it until the last 5 or last 10 or last minute at least. But the problem with this game, like the Bulldogs, like the game against the Bulldogs, we leak in tries in the first half and then we find ourselves on the back foot in the second half trying to come back and trying to reduce the deficit, but it just we leave it till too little too late. So I think that Tigers, I don't know where.
So wooden spooners, everyone?
Yeah.
Wooden spooners.
They're going to go 0-7 next week. 0 wins, 0 draws.
No,
They got
We have a bye.
No.
Points on the board.
Points on the board. But then the week after that, we've got Manly at Campbelltown, which I think is a
Roosters game.
not Roosters. Is it for
in the next
Manly.
5?
It's a while. It's Manly, then Rabbitohs coming up as well. Penrith is coming up.
Be relaxed.
Penrith and Bathurst, Cowboys at Leichhardt. I don't think we play
We
Roosters for
have
a
Dragons.
while. Not for a while, I don't think.
Dragons is in... I just looked at our next 5 and I concluded that only one of them will be winnable.
Yeah, I think the Manly game is definitely winnable, but
You never
Look,
know. You could
No, I
upset
didn't.
that.
I said Dragons was our winnable one.
do we ACL? So Seb,
Yeah,
who would you want to see in the halves? There we've got Wakeham or Laurie, I guess.
It's going to be Wakeham.
Dane Laurie. It's gonna be Wakeham.
They've shown an interest in him already. Naden goes, which
Naden's injured him.
might give Laurie his...
dislocated collarbone, is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Naden.
I mean, it seems that Laurie is completely out of...
I think he's just like if someone
likings
gets
with the
injured now.
coach.
Yeah. Well, Staines is number 1. Staines, apart from that
Yeah,
drop
but
ball
he
at the
looks
end,
good. Staines actually
he
the
looks
looks
confusion
so
is
good.
why was Laurie dropped with no... Like, I don't know, maybe there's been some issues.
I know. I just think Sheens just prefers Staines.
Yeah,
I don't think it's anything personal. I think
mean,
Sheens just prefers Staines.
He's a Penrith fan.
He's off contract. Look, he's off contract at the end of the year.
And
The
we've
Tigers
no
offered him a
attempt to
1-year
re-sign.
extension, and he wanted a 2. So we still haven't found an agreement because he's off contract at the end of the year.
I would say if Laurie doesn't come back next week, maybe he never comes back.
I don't think that's the case because what if like just
Who
everyone
do you
gets
play
injured?
in for Nate? Who do you bring in?
For Naden, okay, so I got to go through. We can still have Noffa, who's still
Exactly.
he's been injured. That's why he hasn't been getting picked. I thought he was dropped.
Is that confirmed?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's foot injury. But he's still out of favour regardless of his injury. We've got Toa, who had a good game. Kapoa. We've got so many outside backs, you can just interchange them. They're all just kind of... I think Junior Tupou has to stay there just for his...
Yeah.
He had a great game,
Heroics.
the young guy. But look,
There really isn't much to say.
there is much to say about this
I think
Tigers
everyone's
team.
going to be drawing the same conclusions.
Wooden spooners.
We're looking to next year.
We'll
That is
look
it.
into next
and
year. 6 games in, we're already looking to next
I'm
year.
excited. I see big things.
Oh, 2024.
Cool.
It's
Sounds like
changed.
Tiger Town season
Yeah.
2.
I'm actually looking towards 2025 when Benji's at the Realm.
Yeah.
When Benji becomes head coach. So
Yeah.
I'm already skipping next year.
Anyway, whatever.
So shocking.
Well, that concludes the round 6 wrap up.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next segment.
It's a new one.
It's a new one. Seb's
Seb's
Seb
six
six
again.
Here we go.
Where we're gonna look back at the round that was, with 6 questions that I've written up. So I assume we'll just do a bit of a buzzer system. Whoever wants to answer it first, you can just say your name.
Yeah.
Just say your name.
No, team name. This is a football podcast.
All right.
Team name.
Team name, yeah. Team name.
If you want to do Tigers, Bunnies, Raiders.
Rabbitohs. It has the most syllables.
Mine's troll mitt.
Oh, he's
Alright.
going to be troll mid.
Doesn't matter. So yeah, 6 questions. We'll see how you go. So you can buzz in when I've finished the question. Okay. I can see Archer's very, very competitive. Round 6 saw 5 hat-trick heroes. Can you name them?
Troll mitt. Campbell Graham.
Yep.
Latrell.
Yep.
Dylan Edwards.
Yep.
He's going to get that.
Asako.
Yep.
And
One more.
Coates.
Correct.
They're just
1
naming the players in
point.
this super
Fair
fresh team.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was trying to remember who did well. I was like,
Fair enough.
1 point to Archer. All right. Question 2. Brandon Smith played his first game against his old club this week. Name the NRL legend who last made this same change, and what year did he make it?
Look, troll mitt. Cooper Cronk.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Joseph.
Started 2018.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
Oh my god!
Now, for a bonus point, this isn't in the 6, but there is one other player since Cooper Cronk that has made the same change in club back to back. Can you name it? It's very obscure, and you'll probably call that up and say it doesn't count.
Storm to Roosters.
Storm to Roosters. Flavio should know.
Why would I say it doesn't count?
Do you know it? Pass it on.
Is it a player that played for the Tigers?
Troll
Is
mitt.
it Pappert?
Oh, no, hold it.
Paul Momirovski.
Oh, Momirovski!
Technically,
Oh my
Fair
god!
Yeah,
enough.
he went on
technically
He
went,
went on
out
loan.
on loan to Melbourne and then went to Roosters.
So he returned to the Roosters camp.
Somewhere-
Yeah.
And then went to.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Noffa for some
So
reason.
technically, Paul Momirovski also would have fit, but I did specify club legend. Sorry, NRL
I mean,
legend.
Paul Momirovski
That's
isn't.
Paul
Paul
Momirovski.
Momirovski is an NRL legend.
All right.
Yeah.
Question 3. Latrell played his 150th game
Fuck's sake.
this week.
Yeah.
What year did he debut?
Troll mitt.
Debut for the Rabbitohs?
No.
No.
Debut in the NRL.
In the NRL. So he's obviously
he's-
he's debuted at the Roosters. He was in the 2018 side. He's definitely played in 2017. I don't think he broke out till 2016. So that leads me to believe he debuted at the end of 2015.
Incorrect. Joey?
2017.
Incorrect.
Tigers 2016.
Correct.
No, but I'm not gonna say. No, but I knew I was gonna say 2016.
Oh, I would have guessed 2017, personally.
I would have guessed. I was gonna guess 2016 just because I don't know. I just had that number. In
I
my head.
mean, I remember his breakout origin wasn't.
How long
until,
was he at the
29.
Roosters for? 2 years.
No, 3.
3.
He won 2 premierships there.
4.
That's right. He went back to back.
2016
Yeah.
till 2020. So
27. Yeah, 2016.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 years.
Mm.
All right, question 4. Croker returned for the Raiders, putting him back on track to reach 300 games. How many more appearances does he require?
Joseph 14.
No.
Troll mitt.
So what was the question?
He's closer than 14. How many more games
Oh.
does Croker need to play
I'm saying it.
before he reaches the 300 games?
Oh,
8.
Yeah. No.
Closer.
7
Tigers.
now.
5.
No points. Joey's right though. It is 7. Croker
'Cause
plays
after-
7
after
more
this week-
games.
After this week, yeah.
He will reach
Fair enough.
300 games. All right. Question 5. Which team boasts the top 2 spots of the try scoring ladder, and who are the players?
Tigers.
Which team has both?
Hammer, Dolphins.
Yeah. Team is Dolphins, and who are the players?
It's Hammer and...
He's going to fumble. If he fumbles this is just shock.
Raiders.
I'm going to push for an answer
Raiders.
Yeah, I've got an answer. It's
Alright.
it's
No, he's
old
stalling-
mate.
he's
It's old.
stalling up.
It's old mate called.
No.
No.
I'm going to pass
Jermaine
it
Osaka.
on.
Oh
Jermaine
my
Osaka.
god! I literally went on about how he scored a hat trick and how he's rediscovered himself as a player.
Fumbled it.
No, 'cause I just
Alright.
forgot. I was about to say Jeremy Marshall King.
Oh.
I don't think he scored this year.
So we've got 2
Just like
points to
Kafusi.
Arch, 2 points to Arch, and 1 point to Joe.
Yeah.
Mark Nichols.
We
came in
lost
my
the
head as
Kroger
well.
question. So, question 6. Dolphins sit at 4th on the ladder in their inaugural season. Which team has the most successful inaugural season in terms of ladder position?
Raiders. Storm.
Correct.
Most
They finished 3rd in their inaugural season. I'll give you this little bit to wrap up. Step 6
2-2.
again, a nice little fact. Melbourne won in their second year. They won the grand final in their second year against another inaugural side.
Tigers.
Which the Broncos.
No.
The Warriors.
No, I said Tigers is my buzzer.
The Warriors.
Tigers is my buzzer.
Okay, go. I'll give you a hint. You might not even think they were an inaugural side, but technically they were.
Bunnies.
Go.
Oh, what? Like the ignore.
No, that's his answer.
That's his answer.
All right, quick 5.
Oh, I know.
No, I'm not gonna get it. Sharks.
No.
No.
Is it Broncos?
No, it's
What?
the
That was my
St.
first
George Illawarra Dragons.
Who
in their
were they
inaugural
before?
season.
Who were they before?
It was
St.
the St.
George
George and
and
the Illawarra
Illawarra
Steelers.
Oh
Combined.
my god, that is.
And they-
Oh, they're a joint venture.
They're a joint
I
venture.
never knew that.
So yeah, Melbourne won in their second year against the inaugural side of St. George Illawarra Dragons. Anyway,
I never
that
knew
was Seb 6 again, and for the first week we have a tie.
Are we doing an ongoing score?
We can. All right, so
Yeah.
this week the current ladder is 2-0.
0.
No, I got one. I got the Latrell Mitchell one. 2016.
Yeah, he did.
When-
He
He did,
So
he did.
2-1-2.
Yeah, exactly. Don't try.
Alright,
to
there we
steal my
go.
points
It's good
for-
football formation.
All right.
we
Thank
gonna-
you. Thank you guys.
Are we gonna do?
We'll be back next week.
Should we do a look to next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Oh.
We'll do our tips for next
Yeah.
week. I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
tips.
Rattle off the games.
First game, okay. Bunnies Dolphins, I
There we
expect 40-0. Right, so I'm picking the Bunnies by 13 plus, and I'm slapping Latrell and a Cody Walker anytime try score on the multi for this week.
40-0.
Gamble responsibly. I think.
Yeah,
you have
gamble
to say that.
responsibly.
But no, Bunnies, they'll reveal who they actually are.
Mhm.
A mid-tier team. But,
The Bunnies will.
yeah.
I was
A mid-tier team.
No, reveal that the Dolphins are a mid-tier team.
Bunnies will expose Wayne Bennett's lies.
Yeah. Anyway,
I also have the bunnies.
I have the Bunnies 12 plus.
I have the Bunnies. No.
yeah.
The
Bunnies.
Big difference.
Dolph Bunnies, new joint venture. Dolph Bunnies. First game of Friday. Sharks Roosters. Another big game. We've had a lot of big games this season. We've had a
That's
lot of big
exciting.
games so far this season.
There's a lot of big ones at the start of the fixtures, I
Yeah,
think. And then
that's
there's more
probably why a
stat
lot of the
padding
big
towards
teams
the
are
end.
at the
Yeah.
bottom, like Eagles, have had to play a big team every week. Or
We have as well.
Sharks Roosters.
Sharks
Yeah,
You go.
by less than 12.
Roosters.
I think.
Are we doing a score? I think you have to predict a score. Or are we just doing the team?
Oh, we can.
We do a margin for one game, so if you tie.
It's natural
we'll
typical.
just-
No, we're not doing margin.
Alright,
We'll do a
fine.
margin.
Sharks.
Yeah. 5?
Draw. I'm
Is
kidding.
Tedesco
I'm kidding.
playing?
I'm kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh no, he's not. I don't
He's
think
not.
He's
Why?
not.
No, he is. No, he is. It's only 11 days. It hasn't-
Yeah, I know, but
it's
is he
been-
back?
He will be able to play this game.
We'll see in about an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, well there we go.
Filming this just before team lists.
No, I'm gonna say Roosters. Roosters are home.
Bounce back
No,
game.
Sharks are home. I'm gonna say Roosters.
Yeah, bounce back game.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say Sharks bounce back. Ronaldo, Militao, hat trick.
Ronaldo hat trick.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Super coach.
yeah. What's the next one?
Now there's another big game. Manly Storm at Brookvale.
No.
Do you want to say it all at the same time?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Storm.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be very close.
Is
I
that
hope so.
Is that Brookvale?
I hope it's a tri-fest.
If you have a multi,
Yeah, like a
do 1
30
to
to
12.
38 or something.
Stop with the no gambling advice.
We're not sponsored by.
You get in
Sportsbet,
trouble for
I'm
that.
not a professional gambler. I do not listen to my advice. Gamble responsibly. So yeah.
That's not the tagline anymore. It's imagine what else you could be buying.
Imagine what else you can be buying.
For
I can imagine.
You win some, but you lose more.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the new taglines.
Yeah.
They're really like. They're really like.
make me
engaging.
more depressed,
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway,
First, enough with gambling. First game of Saturday: Warriors Cowboys at Mount Smart Stadium.
that's an interesting one. I think
Warriors for me.
Cowboys.
You think Cowboys?
Cowboys.
I'm picking
Was.
the Cowboys.
I do. My heart wants the Waz.
But I think the Cowboys.
I'm rooting for Warriors.
Everyone just likes the Warriors. So.
You know,
Yeah.
Sean Johnson is like 3rd in Dally M rankings right now.
Yeah, he's playing incredibly.
That's crazy.
Mm.
Anyway,
Who do you have, Seb?
I have the Cowboys, but
Oh, so we got 2 for Cowboys and 2 for Warriors.
All of them need split except for the Manly one.
yeah,
Mm.
Oh, bunnies.
No, yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Knights Penrith. Don't say it all at once.
yeah,
Knights are home, so
doesn't matter.
if that changes anything, Penrith.
Penrith, yeah.
Penrith.
I'm gonna say no. I'm not losing that tip. I'm gonna say the Panthers. I'm not throwing there. But yeah, it's given.
We've got another Queensland derby.
Mhm.
Titans vs Broncos at Seabus.
The worst
Broncos.
Queensland derby.
One.
Broncos.
Broncos.
We're just picking the basic bets.
The
All right,
best.
someone take the Titans. Come on.
No, I'm taking the Broncos. You take the Titans.
Shot not.
Shot on taking
Yeah,
the
Joe,
Titans.
cop the Titans.
Shot not taking the
No,
Titans.
I'm not backing the Titans.
Watch the Titans win this game because of this conversation.
And watch the Knights win their game as well.
Yeah. The Titans knew we had this conversation,
Yeah.
so they're going to make sure
They
they're
took
being
it
Try
Yeah.
extra hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Next time.
First game of Sunday, Raiders Dragons at Canberra. GIO.
Oh, that could be a close one.
See, this sounds really weird. If I wasn't a Raiders fan, I would probably pick the Dragons.
I'm going to pick the Raiders.
I'm gonna pick the Raiders. I don't think I'm ever picking the Dragons.
I'm
never picking them.
going to pick the
I never
Dragons.
picked the
I
Dragons
don't
either.
blame
I
you.
never picked the Dragons. Last week I didn't pick the Dragons against the Titans. And I just never picked the Dragons.
Yeah, and I rate the Raiders higher than the Titans, honestly.
I'm going to pick the Dragons.
Raiders.
3 Raiders, 1 Dragons. All right. Final game.
Spicy.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's 2 more games. Eagles vs Bulldogs, the final game of Sunday.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs over Eagles?
Yeah.
Nah, Eagles.
The Tigers can nearly beat them.
Eagles
The
for
Bulldogs
me.
can.
No, at a
The Tigers nearly beat the Bulldogs then. I think that it's Eagles for me.
Well,
Eagles.
they
No Addo-Carr.
got pumped last week. They'll get pumped again by a good team
Yeah.
or mid team.
Who you got, Joe?
Oh, Eels. Yeah.
Eels.
No, not Eels.
Bulldogs.
Who?
I'm taking it.
Eels.
My
Eels.
My first ever
you're
wayward
bottom
guess.
Now-
bottom of the tipping ladder with that.
Now, final game. It's not on a specific day, but Tigers against the Bye.
Yeah.
This could go to goal.
Tim Sheens thinks we can win it.
Tim Sheen's. It's good when your coach is confident against a team of.
Did
no
you hear
one.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
When he said that, he's
Tim
like,
Sheen saying,
yeah.
hopefully we can get the win in the bye.
Yeah.
And everyone ripped. I just thought it was.
I thought it was
dumb.
good. You
I thought
can't.
it
Yeah.
was good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's like, wow, even your coach is taking the piss out of you.
Yeah,
I
it's a
was
bit
like,
of
You,
fun.
you
man.
gotta
It's
have
good,
like
yeah.
make the fan base.
But it's good that when your coach is confident walking into a game against no one, where you're guaranteed the 2 points. It's good to have a
Yeah.
confident coach. I reckon he'll go to Golden Point. Luke Brooks, he'll nail a field goal
There we go.
from 100 meters
Now,
out.
somehow that's unbelievable.
So, yeah,
The 2 points, the Blue Brooks
Yeah,
yeah.
hitting a field goal.
him at the park by himself, commentating his own kid.
Yeah.
Redemption for Luke
I'm pretty
Brooks.
sure he-
Everyone loves him now.
He probably does. Everyone loves me, including my parents, who don't think I'm a disappointment. Alright, we won't know play. I don't know where that came from.
That's
I'm
inner,
sorry, Luke. I love
That's
you.
inner hatred. That's
I love you,
inner
Luke.
hatred.
I love you, Luke. You'll bring it home one day. I don't
Alright.
think I'll be here to see it. Though.
I think we should wrap this up with some hot takes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hot
Ooh.
takes.
I think Arch should go first.
No, I'll save mine for last.
So I said you go first.
All right, my hot take to the viewers may not be that hot, but I know this table are quite confident in this. Parramatta to finish outside the 8.
No.
That's my hot take.
I can see it.
Call
Yeah,
me
yeah.
emotional.
I can see it. I can see it.
Call me emotional. Call me biased. They're not going to make it. There's
Really?
too many
I could
good
see it.
sides, and Parramatta don't seal the deal. And I know you can say they sealed the deal yesterday, but did
Against
they?
the Tigers.
They left the back door open to a shit side.
Yeah.
There was no deal that needed to be sealed, so
Well,
Paramount outside the 8.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I agree with that.
No, Eels in there.
It was in the
They,
eight. It was in the age, just not top 4.
Bunnies, Panthers,
Like 6.
Broncos,
There's so many sides. I rate.
Sharks.
I really rate the
Storms,
Sharks.
Roosters.
I still think all those
Dolphins, Warriors. That's 9 already.
The
But
Warriors,
Dolphins,
Dolphins and Warriors a bit crazy. Dolphins, I think, have a chance.
Did you say the Cowboys?
Warriors are it.
No,
Cowboys,
They
Cowboys,
look
I don't think will make the 8. Cowboys, I don't think they'll make
I
the 8.
mean,
Me
they-
neither.
They
But
look awful.
Because they look awful. At least Eels have
What
played
about Bulldogs?
top teams.
No.
No.
No. Not with that other car injury.
Why are you so hard set on this Addo
Addo
Carr injury?
Carr.
They've got about 6
a
or
winger.
7
He's a-
other players
I
He's a
out,
winger.
and you're talking about the winger that got injured.
I think he's a very influential player, and I think
He
him
is,
and
though, he
Burden
is, though.
can get the job
I'm not saying
done
he
in
isn't,
some
but they're missing.
instance, but
Well, they're missing Thompson, Pangai,
Kikau.
Kikau, Addo Carr now, yes.
Burden is the most important player.
Raymond
in that team.
Flatar Mariner, whatever, I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah. Did he play for Raiders for a bit?
oh
No.
they still got Kiraz to be fair.
Oh, you signed Haru Inara. That's what
Yes.
Oh well.
Anyways, Joe, your hot take.
Reece Walsh has been the best fullback all year.
no,
Pretty comfortably as well. I'd say.
lukewarm take. It's not really that hot.
no.
That's fair, but
No, it's hot. Considering the
Yeah.
strength of
Yeah.
fullbacks.
also
Yeah.
I would say that
Yeah, he's been the best fullback.
even regardless of Ponga's health, I don't think there's even if they say he's healthy and stuff, I don't think there's a chance that he gets picked in Origin over Reece Walsh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Maybe a bench spot.
The sample size is too small. The risk is too high. Yeah. Reece Walsh has been delivering for
I think
6.
so. Archer, who do you think the
rounds.
best
Yeah.
fullback's been this season?
Well,
Please,
No,
please
no,
say
no,
Latrell
no,
Mitchell.
I want to
Please
hear
say
it.
him.
Please say Latrell Mitchell so I can bring up how you've been slandering him
no,
all season up
I'm
until
gonna,
last week.
I'm gonna be fair. I think the games that he has played, he's been really good.
So
and
who's
it's
been the best
James
fullback?
Tedesco. I think Tedesco's been good.
I'm not saying he hasn't been good, but Walsh has been.
I wouldn't say he's been the best.
Tedesco has missed 2
I'd
games.
say Dylan Edwards and
He had a bye.
I'd say
right?
Nick
Roosters had a
Meaney.
bye.
I'd say
He's
Nick
played
Meaney.
2 games.
But the sample
Meaney will be another
size.
Hammer's probably.
Oh
Hammer.
no, Hammer definitely.
Yeah,
I
Hammer.
forgot
You
about
got Nick Meaney who's
Oh,
been
yeah.
performing.
These fins up. These
Ha-
fins
fins
up,
up.
dick
No.
riders.
I said it last week. I think Hammer's the best fullback in the comp. I said that last week as well.
No.
Those words came out of my mouth last week, so I actually take the Tedesco thing back, and I would say Hammer. Hammer's better than him. I think.
Why? Is it just
Yeah.
because you just don't like Reece Walsh?
Yeah, I think he.
Say that again into the mic.
He kind of gives me To'o vibes, where it's like
What?
To'o and Reece Walsh on the TikToks doing the dances after the try celebrations, and I don't like it. You know, like, you see in the NBA they do all this.
Back
stuff.
in my day,
But
they did none of this little
keep it out of
TikTok
sport.
dancing.
I don't want to see. Turn on the TV and Toto's doing a Mountie bop after he scored a try, bro. Just compliment him. You scored a try. You should be happy enough. You don't have to go. And I think Reece Walsh gives off those sort of vibes, and also
So he gives off those vibes without actually doing these TikTok dances.
he will do it. He will do it.
Okay, so let's just get this straight. Archer doesn't like Reece Walsh because
Of his vibe.
because the potential that he might act like Brian or a player that he doesn't like. So Reece Walsh hasn't done anything wrong yet, but he doesn't like Reece Walsh because he has the potential to.
No,
To
Reece
do-
Walsh is not the best fullback because he might dance after he scores a try.
I just don't rate it. I don't rate it.
The correct way to word it is Reece Walsh isn't the best fullback because Archer doesn't like him because he has the potential to dance after he scores a try. Scoring a try is like. So he could score like a hat trick, but if he dances after it,
No, he's
That's
too
why.
cocky. I just he gives off a cocky vibe. You know,
Yeah,
what
I
I
see
mean?
that.
He
He's a
gives
pretty
off-
boy.
I don't like that sort
Anyway,
of.
Alright, well,
that has nothing to do with football ability.
he could be the best player in the NRL, but if he gives off a cocky
If he
vibe,
might dance.
if he
I don't-
might dance,
Man, so you must hate Nathan Cleary then, because he did TikTok dance.
and he
I don't like-
was like the best player. If
You
not.
know I hate the whole.
So the best
Penrith.
part is we've heard all this from Arch and we haven't even heard his hot take yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, we'll get to
These
my
are
hot
his
take.
reasonable
We'll get to
opinions.
my hot take, and I touched on it at the start of the podcast. I think Munster and Grant are the best duo in the comp.
Trying to think.
Duo,
it's hard
like
to say
two,
because
duo.
two.
Not just two random players.
It's not like it's a halves pairing or a winger center combo.
It's just the way they coordinate with each
spinal
other. Yeah.
play. You want to limit it to a spine?
Saka.
Two players within a spine?
No, I think because I think Burden and
Why not?
Adokar you could say is a duo because they've
so a winger center combo.
Burden's assisted Adokar a lot.
Well, yeah, but like
Just like a duo of like that really coordinate very well.
I would agree with that. Grant's the best out and out best hooker. Munster's out and out the best 5'8". So
Yeah.
Munster's had a great start.
Cody Walker and Damien Cook.
they weren't even your tip for the best combo in the comp.
Let's hear him. Let's hear Mr. Controversial.
Okay, well, I was going to say the best duo was Latrell and Cody Walker, but he took mine. So instead, I'm going to change it, and I will say this. I saw him play. Flavio was at my house watching the game. I couldn't get to the game, unfortunately, this week, the home game against the Doggies. I could see it in his eyes. He's involved every single minute of the game. I think if he continues
Please
to
just
do
get
it,
to the point.
and we're talking about Latrell Mitchell, and I think he will.
Him and who?
First of all,
The best duo.
no,
Him and who?
I've gone away from this. I've gone away from it. So I think that Latrell Mitchell is going to win the Clive Churchill medal. I think he's going to pick up later in the season and pick up the points.
Wait, so you mean Dalier medal?
Do you mean
Both.
Clive Churchill medal.
Both. I think Latrell Mitchell is going to have the most complete season. He's going to win Origin. The Bunnies are going to win the grand final. And he's going to win Clive Churchill.
I don't think you'll get
And then
picked
he's
for
gonna win
Origin,
the
I'll be honest.
These are the rambles of a very sad man.
Well, I'm not sad.
I don't think
yours is 0-6.
I don't think Latrell gets.
He's
Come on.
self-aware.
Yeah, we're self-aware. We're used to it.
I know.
Anyways, answer to your hot take, right?
Do we? Can we?
We haven't had his hot take yet.
Alright, I'm going to be honest with you, viewer. We recorded a podcast last week that I accidentally didn't set the camera up.
Yeah.
But Archer, if only you could
If
believe
only we
me,
had the footage
of
last week.
Archer slandering.
I think we do actually.
Slandering Latrell Mitchell.
I think
We
we
have
have the
We
footage,
might
so
have
we
some
can get the
footage. This might be a
quotes.
blooper that we might post.
Of
Like a blooper.
Archer.
We might
It
edit
may
it
just
in.
be audio.
We might
but
edit this clip in.
Archer.
Who edits?
I'll edit it.
I'm not
I'll
putting
edit
it.
it.
I'm not putting it. Latrell Mitchell, I want him out. I want him benched next week.
Wow.
Legitimately.
Alright, we'll get to your hot take though after. Archie, what's your hot take?
Well, I said it. I think Latrell's going to win
oh, is
the
that your hot
premiership.
take?
I think he's going to win
Oh, at
Origin.
least he admits it's a hot take.
And I think he's going
It's
to win.
fucking very hot.
I think he's going to win the
It's like
W.
volcanic level hot.
I really hope they do, like, this does happen, and then, like, during Phil Gould's grand final speech, there's intercut the clip of Archer believing
Yeah.
it
told you.
since
I
round
told
6.
you. Listen.
But not since round 5, just since
No,
round
no,
5.
no.
No, come
Round
back
5
to
is
this
a
video.
completely different story.
Come back to this video
So what's gonna happen? What's gonna
in
happen?
November next year.
So grand final.
The grand final.
Win.
Yep. Clive Churchill for Latrell.
Yeah.
Dally M for
Yeah.
Latrell and an Origin win, and he gets man. of
I
the
don't even
series.
think he'll get picked for Origin.
Wally Lewis medal.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
This has been the round 6 edition of the General Admission podcast. And,
Hope you enjoyed.
Hope you enjoyed. We've had some laughs, but also I also some serious takes, and then some not so.
What do you mean?
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, depends who you ask. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
Let us know your tips in
we'll
the
cover-
comments.
yeah,
See how you go against us.
Yeah.
Remember,
And we'll see you next week.
See you
Round
next week.
7. Arch, do you want to close this out?
gamble responsibly.
Go.